going to show you how to draw isometric pieces that look like cubes and rectangular prisms. I have an isometric dotted paper. The dots are not perfectly vertical and horizontal. They actually are more diagonal. Now, if you don't have the dotted paper, which you can print off, I gave you the link, you can use just a regular lined paper. And instead of going, let me show you, instead of going straight across on the blue line, you can do that. Try to keep them evenly spaced. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but if you go down on the blue lines and try to keep it as close, I can see mine's already gone crooked. If you have a ruler, that would be better. I'm not using a ruler, so mine's going to be just a little off, but you are able to do this without even having the printed dotted paper. So once you finish the dots on the blue line, mine's very leaning, then you're going to go in the middle. So kind of like an X in the middle, in the middle, in the middle, just like this. You don't want your white dots to line up with your blue line dots. So it is going in the spaces. So I'm going to finish this in a minute, but I'm going to go back to the pre-printed one so I can show you what it looks like actually done. So the first thing you're going to start with is going to be the cube. The cube is going to be the easiest shape to draw. Once you have mastered the cube, then everything else will be actually very easy. So if I start with the cube, I'm going to start with the letter V. So I'm going to connect that dot to that dot, and I have the letter V. Once you have the letter V, then you connect and make a diamond or rhombus shape here to here. So it looks like the diamond or the rhombus is going side to side. Then I go straight down. Make sure you touch the dots. The closer you get to the actual dot, the more it looks really 3D. And as you can tell, you can start to see the cube now, just like this. So my suggestion is to practice a couple of times the cube just to make sure that you understand it and it makes sense. So what I do, start with the V. So if you think of it like north, south, east, west, so have north, south, east, west, like a baseball diamond, like a compass. You have top, bottom, right, left. You do nothing with the top one. The north dot gets nothing. So you have the east, or excuse me, the west. You have the west. Now, I just went down one dot. If you want to go down 2 dots, make sure this one is always 2 dots. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I want to point out that the middle one will always be the longest or the lowest one. It's the same length, but because the south is longer than the east and the west, is lower on the paper, this line will always be lower. And then you just connect dot to dot. Now, I'm going to do one incorrect just so you can see what it looks like. So I start with the diamond shape. Now, once you're able to draw the diamond without thinking, everything else is going to start coming real easy. A lot of students kind of come down 1, 2, and they try to make it even. You see how this one is even? I did not go down to the dot. So if I connect it, you can see how that looks very odd. It completely eliminates the 3D look. It does not look 3D anymore. It kind of looks odd. So don't do that one. So you can go down 1 dot, you can go 2, but the main point is you have to count how many dots you are moving. So We started with the cube, the diamond rhombus shape on the top. This is the easiest shape to do. Once you get this, you're ready to move on to the rectangular prism. The rectangular prism is going to have one side that's a little bit longer. So we're going to do two different ones. So again, I start with the V shape, but I want one side longer. So I'm going to say this side, I'm going to, stay on the dots, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 dots. Now, you have to count. It is all about being accurate, so you've got to count. If I went up 1, 2, 3 dots, this one has to go up 1, 2, 3 dots. So you can see it's going to be a little bit diagonal. So now you have a parallelogram. So this right here is going to be the hardest one to figure out. You've got to remember, go dot to dot and count your dots. So these two sides are going to be parallel. These two sides are going to be parallel. So this has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then I do the east, south, and west. So east, I'm just going to go down 1 to the dot. South, I'm going to go 1 to the dot. And west, 1 to the dot. So again, you can see the south is going to be the lowest one on your paper. And then I just connect. Now, if you did it correctly, these lines are going to be the same number as those. So I've got 1, 2, 3. And you have a rectangular prism. You can turn that into a table by adding longer legs. Again, count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And now you have a table, if you would like a table. There's a lot of different things you can turn this into. So we're going to switch it. So this rectangular prism is going diagonal this way. Now we're going to switch and draw one this direction. It's not going to be difficult. You just have to think about it and actually count what you're doing. So I'm just going to find a new spot. So I'm going to come again, do my letter V first, and you have to go dot to dot. If you don't stop on the dot, then it won't work. So this time, instead of making this side the long side, I'm going to make this side the long side. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. So then over here, 1, 2, 3. Now, if you draw too long and it looks more like a trapezoid, you know you counted wrong. So I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I went 4. That's why. So I'm just going to erase this. 1, 2, 3, and connect it. So now you have the parallelogram, you have the rhombus shape. So this one, I'm going to go down 1, 1, 1. And again, the south point is going to be longer or lower than the others. 1, 2, 3, 1. Just like that. Now if I want to change this up a little bit, maybe I want to do a point, one point going up and up and up and down. Then I think I'm going to go, so I'd move down 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, then I add a circle, and now you have a bed. So you can change this up, keep the rectangular prism, but change it up. So if I want to do here and count 1, 2, then this one, 1, 2, actually that's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and I'm going to go down 1, 1, 1, connect. As long as you are counting, it should be very, very precise. So then I connect these dots. I'm not going to try and connect those. Do you see how I space, went between the space, you have to go dot to dot. Anytime you're off the dot, it completely messes up the whole 3D illusion, and it's not looking 3D any longer, and it's hard to visualize what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to make sure I go dot to dot, then dot, and if I will, now I have a bigger bed. You can even put a rectangle under a rectangle. So this one's going to be a little bit trickier, but if I count 1, 2, 3, so if I go here, my V, 1, 2, 3, and this had 1, 2, and I go 1, 2, just like this, and then 1, 2, 3, and there. So you can see this is almost looks like a shadow, and it looks like the bed is floating. Now if you want to make bunk beds, then you just take this, let's go ahead and finish the bottom 3D shape. Once you are able to visualize the cubes and rectangles, actually drawing and creating new things is going to be incredibly easy. The hardest part is visualizing the cube and rectangular prism. That is going to be the hardest part. So then I just go in, add a ladder, and because these are incredibly neat children, so they make their beds. Now, if you want to make a straight line across, you can make a straight line, or you can go up and down just a little bit above that dot and make it a little fancier. Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning, the cube. The cube, which is supposed to be the easiest shape. If you are able to master the cube, like I said, you can do anything you want. Now, there is an old school video game that uses lots of cubes. I'm going to show you how to stack the cubes and make like a pyramid. So we always start with the diamond on the top, north, south, east, west. So I start with the V, make sure it connects, just like that. Then we go down, 1, 1, 1, connect it, and now you have stairs that you can walk up if you want to. Now this side right here is where a lot of people get a little confused. Do you see this bottom edge of the cube? That's going to be the top edge of the cube. So again, I start with the letter V. So V touches there, there, there. Then I go down 1, 1, 1, and connect it. So you can keep adding more cubes and it's going to grow. So you have 1, 2, the next one's going to have 3, the next one's going to have 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way. As many steps and stairs and cubes as you want to stack. Now I'm going to show you a trick. A lot of students try to just like draw their lines like this first. That doesn't work because the 3 sides of your cube are all going to be rhombuses. So if you have a straight line going straight down, that's actually going to end up messing up the cube. As you can tell, this is not the same as that. So if you add the straight line all the way down, it's going to mess up the size of your cube. So if I add more cubes, then I'm just going to go diagonal, down, diagonal, down, diagonal, down. So it's kind of a stair step look. So again, I'm going to go, so if this one's diagonal, I'm going to go down, diagonal, down, diagonal, down. So you can start to see it kind of goes out, in, out, or you can start to see how this works. So if this is down, I'm going to go across, down, across, down, across, down. So again, you see how this one is lower than the others? Then I just connect. And you have your stairs. So you're going to connect this all the way across. So, and you can keep going down, across, down, across, down, across, down, across. So this is down, across, down, across, down, across, down, across, all the way across. Or you can do down, up, down, up, and then connect it. So you have your top, top. So I'm going to shade a little bit so it'll help you visualize exactly what parts we're doing. Because we're drawing in 2D, but you have to think in 3D, which can be very confusing. So we do the sideways diamonds first, then we go down, 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 down. So as you can see, it creates a zigzag pattern, and you just connect the zigzag pattern, just like that. Then we're going to do the top of the diamond, which will be right here, here, here. So I go down, up, down, up, down, up, and then I'm kind of hanging out in the middle of space, and then I connect it. So this just kind of gives you a couple of tricks that I've learned on how to create this big giant cubert staircase. Now, I'm going to stop there just so you can have an idea of how you can continue the bottom row. Now I'm going to go back to this paper. Remember this one? So you have your dots on the blue line. Then in between the dots, you put dots on the white line. So the dots are actually going diagonal, not perfectly horizontal and straight side to side. Exact same thing as the pre-printed paper. You're going to do a V. So you start with the letter V, dot to dot, just like this. Then you connect it, and you have your diamond. And down, down. As you can tell, my dots are not lined up very well. The more precise you are, the better it looks. And then I have a cube. Rectangular prism, exact same thing. So dot to dot. I'm going to make this one the long side. Then down, down, down. Oh, so once you start able to see the cubes and rectangular prisms, you're actually going to be able to draw things without even thinking about it. Because I apologize, I completely forgot the back side of the cube, or the top of the cube. So I went at 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, then connect, then the bottom. So the next video I'm going to show you is a bunch of different furniture that you can do, and you actually will be able to add it to a room. The room is a hexagon shape, and I'll show you how to create this into a real 3D room.